Today, we're at Dwars, Vlaanderen, but the real story is what's coming this weekend, the 2025 Tour of Flanders. Wout van Aert and Team Visma-Lease bike used to dominate these races, but lately it's been crashes, setbacks, and questions about their strength. With Mathieu van der Poel and Tadej Pogacar already firing and flying, can Wout van Aert gain his confidence today? Or is the team Visma-Lease bike facing an uphill battle just days before the biggest event this spring? How big and important are these races we're facing here?
Oh yeah, they're my favourite race of the whole year. Yeah, we're staying positive and hopefully can get something nice before the big one on Sunday.
And in the past, we always talked about Quick Step as the team for the classics. Who is the team now?
It's more than just one team. The way Trek have been riding the last couple of years, they've really stepped up. In general, the level is so high. You know, like Jumbo could do something special today, and then we'll be talking about Jumbo. So yeah, there's a lot of big teams that will want to try something, I think, today.
Who is that team now? Which team?
I mean, it depends on which race now. It seems like, just like at Belgium, it looked like it was Lidl Trek. Yeah, it's tricky to say, but I'd put, if I'd put my bet, it'd be, Lidl Trek's got the depth and adversity.
I think Van Aert's going to be able to be on form for Flanders, and you think today is an important day for that?
I mean, he's a super talent no matter what. He can handle his bike, he knows how to race a bike, and one day with some good legs is a lot easier to find than some race experience, so I totally believe he can be back to his top shape.
Riders are up there on the stage. We have Quick Step, Soudal Quick Step. It used to be one of the super teams in the classics. Now maybe it's Lidl Trek, maybe it's Visma-Lease bike. We really don't know. With Wout van Aert, he's won practically everything in cycling. He went over the Ventoux, won at the Tour de France, the green jersey, so much more. But for a Belgian, there are some big races missing in his Palmars. Flanders this Sunday, Roubaix the next Sunday, and the World Championships. So he still has some work to do. Which team is it now?
Yeah, it's always you have to prioritize where you focus, and we have a clear leader in the team in Remco who is a very big contender for GC, and that demands also investment towards that, both in focus and in pure cash. So of course we are trying to achieve great things with that line in the team.
If you look at just like statistically, Alpecin are probably the most successful classics team of the last 2 or 3 years, but there's not one team that stands out anymore. You've got 1 or 2 riders that stand out from the rest, but I really think in the past couple of years everyone's gotten really closer together. There's no longer someone who's 5% better.
It's going to be a good race on Sunday. It's going to be all out war out there.
Yeah, it always is. It always is.
You go all out in a race like this 4 days ahead of Flanders. Do you think we'll see Wout van Aert trying to prove himself in this race as well?
Yeah, I think a lot of guys see this as their opportunity to win when a few of the other favorites aren't here. So it's going to be a really hard race. There's definitely some sprinters here that want a bigger group coming to the line, but I think there's enough motivation in the group to try to get something out of today, knowing that Flanders is going to be a tough nut to crack.
And on Van Aert, does he have something to prove today, do you think? And will you be taking notes for Mathieu and yourself for Flanders?
Yeah, let's see. I think I expect him to be in better shape than he was on Friday, so we'll see.
You and all of Belgium.
It's a really nice race. We are here with a strong team, but unfortunately without Olaf. So yeah, we will have to race for it to give ourselves the opportunity to win. There's a lot of sprinters, so I expect also some teams racing defensively. So yeah, that's for sure another tactic that we can play. So yeah, we'll see.
Riders are rolling up. This is Dwars, Vlaanderen, D-Day in a sense, 4 days out ahead of Flanders. And we're going to learn a lot today about Visma and Wout van Aert. Okay, this may not be the biggest race in cycling, but we're 4 days away from Flanders, and Well, I see it up there on the screen, 20 kilometers to go. Visma is making a point. They've put down the hammer. So what's happened? Well, this is the general manager's dream of the Dutch team. They've put Wout van Aert, they've put Matteo Jorgensen, Tish Benoot up in a move that has only for rival Nielsen Paulus, the American. They were driving on the front with 6 of their riders before that move went free with their 3 men. And now it's yellow and black magic on the front, and Wout van Aert is showing why he's one of cycling's superstars. And Matteo Jorgensen, he's shown over and over again, he's clearly up there with the best. This is what cycling's about. Well, that was unexpected. Visma put it all for Wout van Aert, who tried to go in a sprint with with Paulus, and Paulus beat him in the sprint. So we have the guys coming in to the mix zone now, and they're going to be in a bad mood because Visma should have had the win today. So in a day when we looked like Visma was back, instead Visma was demoralized here by Nielsen Paulus, Team EF Education, an American, and we're happy about that, but what a day of racing. Cycling is always full of surprises. Okay, the riders are in here now for the interviews.
We did a beautiful race up until 10K to go, and we decided to go for the sprint with Wout, and it was the wrong decision. We can be honest about that. We also underestimated Nielsen, so really chapeau to Nielsen, and congrats. That was a great sprint from him.
You guys rode as a great team today, but probably not the result at the end of the day that you wanted. So what does this mean looking ahead 4 days on?
Yeah, we've improved every race a little bit since opening weekend. It wasn't so hard to improve from that, but like I said, it was a beautiful race up until 10K to go today.
This is probably the most satisfying victory I've had in my whole career. So I'm just immensely proud.
Sunday.
Yeah, definitely good for Sunday. I think one of the biggest hurdles is having confidence in these kinds of races because the cobbles are hard on everyone. But yeah, now my confidence is sky high.
Outgunned today, but you'll reload for Flanders on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm just happy I stayed on the bike today, you know, so the shape didn't disappear, and now it's full focus for Sunday.
Yeah, I feel responsible for this result, and yeah, responsible for not finishing off the work of the team. I was just too selfish. I was afraid that I would come in a situation where I was not able to go for the first place, and that's a big mistake. I should have we should have played it as a team and increased the chances as a team, and not only go for the sprint. Yeah, I cramped in the sprint and then was second place.
This was truly unbelievable racing today. I never would have expected that. Even Van Aert wouldn't have expected to lose a sprint to Nielsen Paulus. The silver lining on the day, well, Visma seems to have that super team shine again. They blew apart the race today with 70 kilometers to go, but in the end, they gambled everything on a Van Aert sprint, and frankly, Van Aert is not the same as he used to be. So this race showed us a lot. The team is ready, and perhaps it should work for Matteo Jorgensen for Flanders and have Van Aert as a helper. And another thing we learned today was you always have to tune in cycling because you never know what it will deliver up. And today, well, chapeau Nielsen Paulus, the American from California, did it. Worked over the Visma-Lease bike team and gave himself one of his biggest victories yet, if not the biggest. 4 days to go, we learned a lot.